Welcome to my YouTube channel. Every coin has a history where history meets hidden fortune. Here I share real videos of rare and old coins, including pieces worth millions that can truly change a collector's life. If you love coin hunting, rare finds, and valuable treasures, this channel is your guide to the world of priceless coins. The 1989 Washington quarter dollar with the D mint mark is one of the interesting modern coins in the history of United States coinage, and collectors around the world continue to search for this coin because of its historical connection to the long-running Washington quarter series. This coin was minted in Denver, which is why it carries the small D mint mark on the obverse side just to the right of George Washington's ponytail. The obverse of the coin features the famous portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan, with the inscriptions, "Liberty," at the top, "In God We Trust," to the left, and the year 1989 at the bottom. On the reverse side, the classic design shows a powerful American eagle with wings spread wide, clutching arrows and olive branches, symbolizing both strength and peace for the United States of America. Around the eagle are the inscriptions, "United States of America, E Pluribus Unum," and the denomination, quarter dollar. When collectors examine a 1989 D Washington quarter in very fine condition, they look for clear details in Washington's hair, visible feather structure on the eagle, and strong lettering that has not been heavily worn by circulation. In this condition, the coin still displays a large amount of its original design detail, making it attractive for both beginner and experienced coin collectors. One of the most fascinating aspects of this coin is that although millions were produced at the Denver Mint, certain examples with exceptional preservation, strong strike quality, or unusual minting errors can become very desirable in the coin collecting market. Numismatists often study the coin carefully for die cracks, off-center strikes, doubled dies, or other minting errors that can significantly increase the coin's rarity and value. In normal circulated condition, a typical 1989 D Washington quarter might only be worth its face value of 25 cents, but coins in very fine to extremely fine condition can sometimes sell for several dollars, while coins in uncirculated mint state condition graded by professional grading services can reach tens or even hundreds of dollars, depending on quality and collector demand. Some rare varieties or exceptional high-grade specimens have been known to attract strong attention at auctions, with collectors paying much higher prices for coins that show perfect surfaces, brilliant luster, and sharp details. Because the Washington quarter series began in 1932 to celebrate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, it has become one of the most famous and longest-running coin series in American history, and the 1989 D quarter represents an important piece of that continuing legacy. For coin hunters and everyday people, this means that checking pocket change, old coin jars, and inherited collections can sometimes reveal hidden treasures that many people overlook. A simple quarter that once circulated through shops, vending machines, and banks could potentially become a collectible item if it has the right condition, rarity, or minting feature. That is why coin collectors always recommend examining the mint mark, condition, and strike quality carefully before spending an old coin. The 1989 D Washington quarter is a reminder that even modern coins can hold historical value and collectible interest, connecting everyday money with the fascinating world of numismatics. Whether you are a beginner starting your coin collection or an experienced collector searching for the next valuable discovery, the 1989 D Washington quarter dollar remains a meaningful and iconic coin that represents the heritage, artistry, and economic history of the United States of America, and it continues to inspire collectors who hope to discover rare and valuable coins. Hidden in ordinary circulation. Another important thing that makes the 1989 D Washington quarter dollar interesting for collectors is the story behind how coins from the late 1980s were produced and circulated throughout the United States. During this period, the Denver Mint was producing hundreds of millions of quarters every year to support the growing American economy, and the 1989 D issue became part of everyday life as these coins moved through banks, stores, vending machines, and pockets of millions of Americans. Even though the mintage was large, Collectors know that time and circulation slowly wear down most coins, which means that well-preserved examples become harder to find as the years pass. When a 1989 D quarter survives in very fine condition, the coin still shows strong design details such as visible hair strands in George Washington's portrait, clear lettering in the word Liberty, and noticeable feather patterns on the eagle's wings on the reverse side. These details are extremely important for coin grading, because professional numismatists carefully evaluate the amount of wear, surface marks, and luster remaining on the coin before assigning a grade that can determine its market value. In the coin collecting community, the difference between a circulated coin and a higher grade specimen can mean a huge change in value, especially if the coin shows exceptional eye appeal or rare minting characteristics. Some collectors also search for rare varieties within the 1989 D quarter series, including doubled letters, die breaks, clipped planchettes, or off-center strikes, which can make an otherwise common coin much more desirable to specialists. These unusual minting mistakes happen during the production process when dies shift or metal blanks are not perfectly aligned, creating unique coins that stand out from millions of normal examples. Because of this, many experienced collectors always recommend carefully examining each quarter under good lighting or with a magnifying glass before spending it, since small details can reveal something rare. In today's coin market, a standard circulated 1989 D Washington quarter usually trades for a modest amount, but coins with strong details, minimal wear, and attractive surfaces can reach several dollars to tens of dollars, while uncirculated pieces graded mint state by professional grading services can sell for much higher prices, sometimes reaching into the hundreds of dollars depending on the grade and demand from collectors. This shows how a simple 25-cent coin can transform into a collectible treasure when it survives in exceptional condition. The Washington Quarter series itself is one of the most beloved coin designs in American history, running for many decades and later evolving into special programs like the 50-state quarters, which further increased public interest in coin collecting. Because of this legacy, the 1989 D Washington Quarter represents more than just everyday money. It represents a piece of American history that traveled through the hands of millions of people while quietly becoming part of the numismatic story of the United States. For collectors, historians, and treasure hunters, this coin reminds us that valuable discoveries can sometimes be hiding in ordinary change, and that patience, knowledge, and attention to detail are the keys to finding coins that may hold surprising value in the fascinating world of numismatics. Another fascinating aspect of the 1989 D Washington Quarter dollar is how it represents the continuing legacy of the Washington Quarter series, a design that has remained one of the most recognizable coins in American history for decades. By 1989, the Washington Quarter had already been circulating for more than half a century. Since its introduction in 1932, originally created to honor the 200th anniversary of the birth of the first President of the United States, George Washington. The coin's designer, John Flanagan, created a portrait that would become one of the most famous images ever used on American currency, and even in the 1989 D issue the design still reflects the same artistic tradition and national pride. Collectors often study this coin closely to see how well the design has been preserved, especially when the coin is found in very fine condition, where many of the important design elements are still clearly visible. In such examples, the lines in Washington's hair remain partly defined, the letters in Liberty and In God We Trust are still strong and readable, and the eagle on the reverse continues to show detailed feathers and structure in the wings and body. These details make the coin appealing to collectors because they show that the coin has survived decades of circulation while still maintaining much of its original design strength. Another reason the 1989 D quarter attracts attention is because coin collectors always search for coins that may have unusual minting characteristics, such as doubled dies, die cracks, rotated reverses, or other striking errors that occurred during the minting process. These small variations can transform a common coin into a rare collectible piece that attracts significant interest from numismatists around the world. The United States Mint produced millions of quarters each year, but only a small number display unique errors or exceptional quality that make them stand out in the market. Because of this, many collectors carefully examine every quarter they find, knowing that hidden treasures sometimes appear in ordinary circulation. In the modern coin market, the value of a 1989 D Washington quarter depends heavily on its grade and rarity, with most circulated coins remaining close to face value, while higher quality examples with strong details and attractive surfaces may sell for several dollars or more. Coins that remain in uncirculated mint state condition, especially those with brilliant luster and minimal marks, can sometimes reach higher collector prices, particularly when graded by professional grading companies that certify authenticity and condition. This grading process is extremely important in the numismatic world because it helps buyers and sellers agree on the true quality and value of a coin. For collectors, discovering a well-preserved 1989 D quarter can feel like uncovering a small piece of American history, because each coin tells the story of the time period in which it was produced and the countless journeys it took through everyday commerce. From cash registers to pocket change and from coin jars to collector albums, these quarters have traveled across the country and across generations. Today, the 1989 D Washington quarter dollar continues to remind collectors that even modern coins can carry historical importance, artistic beauty, and the possibility of hidden value, making them exciting pieces to study, collect, and preserve for the future in the ever-growing world of coin collecting and numismatic discovery.